Pursuant to notice, I call up H.R. 2287. The clerk will report the bill, which was distributed in advance.
H.R. 2287, to require the National Credit Union Administration to hold public hearings and receive comments on the public on its budget.
Without objection, the bill is considered read and open to amendment at any point. The chair recognizes the gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Mulvaney, the sponsor of the legislation, for 5 minutes.
I thank the chairman, and the clerk actually gave about as good a one-sentence summary as you can on this. It's a bill to require the NCUA to publish a budget and let the people who actually pay for the operations of that entity to participate and know about that budget. They used to do that, by the way, and they stopped it a couple years ago. I won't go into too much on this, Mr. Chairman. We've had several hearings on this topic over the course of the last year. I want to thank specifically, or especially Mrs. Cinnamon, Mr. Sherman on this committee, and also the 24 or so co-sponsors in both parties for supporting this particular piece of legislation. Keep in mind, why are we doing this? The NCUA is a little bit unusual. It is funded entirely by the credit unions that it oversees, and those credit unions represent their members. So this is one of those unique situations where we have all these not-for-profit entities contributing into their own regulatory budget. It'd be nice if they actually had a chance to defend their members' interests and look at the budget. Nothing in this bill says how much the NCUA has to spend, or whether or not it can spend on something, money on one thing or another. It simply requires some accountability and some transparency when we set the NCUA budget every single year. They have tried to do some things in terms of getting stuff online since we started having this hearing, but as is too often the case, it seems, Mr. Chairman, that the response has been to try and put out too much information that's not actually usable. Dumping several thousands of pages on a website saying, here, go look through it, is not really a good way to have accountability and transparency in the way that we run any oversight agency, which is what this is. I'm happy to answer questions about the bill, but we've done this now for several months, so I'll yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back the balance of his time.